Picture it, a brand new set of implants crossing the Mexican desert on a bus. Yes. Hi, y'all. Jamie here, proud 56-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off, y'all, I had gotten my breast implants done in Guadalajara, Mexico in 1998 with my sugar daddy, John Coyne. Afterwards, like a few days later, we boarded on a bus. Yes, it was like a tour bus, like a touristy tour bus to cross the country. People with fucking chickens and goats. I'm not even kidding, a goat. Not a bunch of goats, but a goat. And some chickens, yes, and little old Mexican ladies that looked like they were going to their farms. And we crossed the entire country. To go from Guadalajara to Puerto Vallarta, you drive across the entire country, straight across the middle of it. And you go through these little villages, like these little villages with, dirt roads and little kids playing in dirt puddles outside of huts. Not huts, but like, you know, not really houses either. Like shacks, shack towns, shanty towns. That's what you would call it, shanty towns. And yeah, I'll never forget, okay, I'm jiggling in this bus. Implants are 4 days old. No, 3 days old. The implants are 3 days old at this point. I am holding my breast with both hands crossed, like my arms crossed, holding my breast like support cups. And the bus is just a jiggling and just a jiggling and just a jiggling the whole way across the fucking country. And I'm looking at John and I am cursing him out. And I am like, you son of a bitch, you dragged me to fucking Mexico. You stuffed bags in my chest. And the surgeon gave me dog pain pills to take, 10 of them, which were gone after 3 days. I have news for you. And yeah, I took them. Of course I took them. That was all I had. So yeah. We go into the mountains, getting ready to go over into Puerto Vallarta. And up in these mountains, girl, this bus is on this little narrow road and it's still jiggling. It's just a jiggling and I'm just a jiggling, okay? And we're on this little narrow mountain road and I'm looking outside the window and I see fucking clouds. I'm not even kidding. Like it was probably just mist, atmospheric mist, low in the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it. It looked like fucking clouds. It looked like clouds were floating outside alongside the bus, okay? And then finally we come up over the mountains. And it was the most gorgeous thing I think I've ever seen. Like it was literally the most breathtaking view I think I have ever seen. And I've seen a lot of beautiful places. I've had the fortune to travel to a lot of places. And, Puerto Vallarta is so romantic. It's this big bay. And we were staying at the Marriott Resort there, and John had gotten us a room that overlooked the water. So, yeah, we had a waterfront view, and we were up on I want to say, I forget which floor, like the ninth floor or something like that. We were high up. And, the first night we were there, we had dinner out on our little balcony terrace thing. And it was overlooking the water, and the people were out there parasailing and all of that. And it was parrots flying, like wild parrots flying across. Truly romantic. Like the man, I'll give it to John Coyne. John Coyne knew how to lay it on thick, honey. He knew how to make you feel like a lady. He knew how to make you feel like you were being, what's the word? Like you were being courted. You were definitely being courted when you were with John Coyne, And so the day after we get there, we go out shopping. And y'all, I am so dizzy from these brand new breast implants and fresh out of surgery. And this is like 4 days later, and I am just dizzy. Just dizzy, but swearing, no, I need to get souvenirs for everybody back home, and I'm shopping, and people are coming up trying to sell us chiclet gum. They love chiclet gum in Mexico. Yeah. And, the silver was overpriced. What can I tell you? Because they saw us coming. But we still bought some, and I bought this little... For my friend Felina back in New Orleans, I had gotten her this little Mexican Indian woman statue, and she was nude. And so her breasts were all out and proud in the little statue. And I thought, well, I brought her own pair of Mexican titties. And that's what I told her when I gave it to her. Yeah, anyway. So John and I are walking through this one neighborhood in Puerto Vallarta, and I see a rainbow awning, okay, over this little building. I see a rainbow awning, and I'm like, oh my God, it's a gay place. Because I was so over not being able to communicate with anybody or anything. And I thought, listen, if there's a gay bar, bitch, I know I can communicate with somebody some kind of way, you know? And so, yeah, we go, and it was a place called Paco El Paco. Yeah, Paco El Paco. Yeah, I was like, yep, that's a queer bar. That's for sure a queer bar. So we go back to the hotel. Now, we took a little, like, there was a little cab thing. The cabs there were like Nissan something. Little old Nissans from like the 80s. And that's what all the cabs were in the area we were in. So we go back to the hotel. And that night, okay, that night, John Coyne takes me to Paco El Paco. And I have my brand new titties, and they are still in the surgical bra. And we walk into the bar, and I look like a lit match in a dark room. I am the only pale white woman in the entire building. And they all look at me like I've lost my damn mind for being there. And if y'all want to know what happened next, darling, y'all know the routine. It keeps on twisting. Be here next time, and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching, and I love you for the comments. I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.